Let's add our vendors and customers, and there are multiple ways to do that as well. First, let's see our import data function again. So go to gear icon, import data, select vendor or customers. They both basically gives us the same options. If I select customers and import, we get these two features. If I select vendors, we'll also get these two features. We have already covered the upload file feature. Now let's try spreadsheet sync feature. Next, next, let's go. Open Excel. So what this feature does is connects a Excel file to QuickBooks. And see the add-in here at the very top. We need to sign in into our QuickBooks account from this Excel file. So let's get started. Select our QuickBooks account and log in. Although we can see four options, there are basically three options. So run report, we can run single company report or multiple company reports. Records, we can add and create new records, and we can create and sync budgets. What we want to do is create and edit records. Again, we have two options, add or edit. Select a template. First, we want to add vendor and customers. Select that. Now we need a template. Do we want to add new records or do we want to edit our QuickBook records and sync back? Let's try the first one. Let's click the template. General instruction on how to use this function. Here we can see our headings. There are some of the columns have data validation and starred ones are mandatory. As this is an example, so we will only be filling out the mandatory fields. So post, do we want to post this? Yes, we want to post this. Notice this one has data validation, either yes or no. So let's put yes. What are we adding? List type. So we are adding vendors and display name. So what is the name of our vendors? Let's go to our key sheet. These are our vendors. And the very first thing we purchased for this business is QuickBooks subscription. So Intuit QuickBooks was our very first vendor. Let's go to the Excel file once again. Display name is then Intuit QuickBooks. Now, if we have real data, we can put in these cells. But as we are doing example, we will just keep to the mandatory fields. Now here comes the magic. Sync with QuickBooks. Yes, I want to sync. We got an error. It says we already have this vendor in our QuickBooks. Now, let's try sync again. We're getting the same error message. Let's go to our QuickBooks and see what we have. Expenses, then vendors. So all the vendors are, I have already added all the vendors in QuickBooks already. So that's why Intuit QuickBooks is already here, and when I'm trying to add that same vendor again, it gives us an error message. So let's go to our let's go to our Excel file again. Now let's try to pull in all the data we have in QuickBooks. Let's select create and edit records and select template. We already tried the first one. Now we want to edit QuickBook records and sync that. Get records. When we're changing the templates, the previous template will get reset. So let's get record. Another template will be available to us. Now we have all the data we have in QuickBooks here. Notice it says no. Why does it say no? Because these data are already in QuickBooks, so no need to add them back. If we want to change this, then we can select yes from here Notice we have also archive option. If we want to archive this vendor, we can do this from here as well. But for now, we want to post it again. So our display name is James Brown and he is one of our customers. So let's try changing that. Let's say this is not James Brown, it's Gordon Brown. So we are adding Gordon, then Brown. Again, change first name to Gordon and this one stays Brown. And now we have only one with yes, but all of them are no. Yes, we can always change it to yes. If we sync, then it will not make any changes and give us an error message. So let's sync to QuickBooks. Sync, sync complete. Now let's go to QuickBooks and see what happened to our change now. Let's go to sales and customers. Notice there is no James Brown here, only Gordon Brown is here. Now let's try to sync back to James Brown. Select Gordon and make it James. In here and in here. And reveal yes. Sync to QuickBooks. Sync. Sync complete. Let's reload. And Gordon Brown is now James Brown again. Anyway, what we want to add, let's say Costco. We filled in the mandatory fields. If we sync to QuickBooks, it will sync right up. Let's go to vendors. Here is our new vendor, Costco. Let's also try archiving this one. So we want to archive this. Go to QuickBooks, save, reload, no more cost. Let's see if we can pull in the archive forms. Here we can see Costco, we can see. So now the import function is done. Let's see how else. Now the import function is done. Let's find out other ways to add customers and vendors. So notice that in vendor center we have new vendor. If I click on that, I see a new vendor enlistment page. We can add all different types of data, what's their currency, company name, display name, and other stuff, address, payment information, additional information for taxing, and many more. So this field will only add one vendor at a single time. Plus, we can see the drop down, we can see import vendor. That brings us again to the import page. If we select multiple vendors, it gives us a spreadsheet-like table where we can add multiple vendors at the go. Name, company, only one mandatory field here, Costco. Let's say Bath and Heaven. Sorry, let's say Bath and Haven is one of our vendors. And if I save this, these two vendors will be created. So I don't want to add any more vendors, so I will leave it. The same feature is available in customer section as well. Let's go to our sales, then customers. You can see new customer, import customer, and multiple items. So these are the ways we can add new vendors or customers.